I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time something I'm very excited to be trying. It's a bottle of Firestone Walker's 15th anniversary ale. 12.5% ABV. Blended beer. I'll give you the details in a minute when I get it out of the box. I know a lot of people say this wasn't their kind of the best year. It's more on that kind of barley wine side of things, opposed to the stouts. But when I saw this available, I was very excited that a friend was going to bring me it back from New Jersey. So, box, you get a little kind of letter which is all about it. So I'm going to read it all. No, not really. So blah 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 blah. It's got all these details about goal and vision and puzzle and what this is, and about the barrels, which I will read later. But the percentages are 18% is Eldorado, which is their 11.7% ABV bourbon barrel aged barley wine, blonde barley wine. 17% Sticky Monkey, which is an English barley wine aged in brandy and bourbon. Then 17% of Bravo, which is bourbon barrel aged imperial brown ale. Then 13% of double barrel ale, which is 100% aged in 100% retired Firestone Union barrels, which is double strength English pale ale. Then there's 11% Goodfoot, which is 14.3% aged barley wine in bourbon barrels. 10% Velvet Merkin, which is the oatmeal stout aged in bourbon barrels, which is 13%. There's 9% Parabola, 13%. Imperial Russian oatmeal stout aged in bourbon barrels, and then finally just a little bit of 5% of Double Jack, which is their double IPA. Fantastic. I think that's one of the few beers in this few things, elements of this beer what wasn't aged in bourbon. So I'm expecting quite a lot of bourbon, and that's okay with me. I'm not a whiskey fan, but I don't mind bourbon. So it's got this little wrap on it. I'll take that off. Over there, very excited about this. Firestone Walker, I see as probably the best brewery in the world. Just incredible stuff. Yeah, I've heard this isn't the best of the anniversary beers, but goodness me, I'm not going to turn down the opportunity to try such a beer. Anything from Firestone Walker gets me a little bit weak at the knees. Pouring really like a brandy or a sherry or something. Not pouring much. It's my birthday. Opening some fancy bottles. I'm going to share them with some friends, so I'm just going to have a little bit today on the review. A very dark, the darkest amber I've ever seen. Perfect clarity to it. Pretty much still. Give it an agitation, see if it generates much of a head. Hardly anything. Small island of kind of like soapy suds. You mean like at the end of a bowl of washing. But yeah, the darkest amber beer I've ever seen. Leaving lots of legs on the glass. Anyway, Firestone 15, I'm looking forward to it. Let's check out the aroma. Oh wow. Oh, it's relatively subtle, smells like barley wine. It's got a real intense but complex kind of grain character. You mean just the complexities of a lot of different mash grains. And obviously those mash grain qualities are also coming from the bourbon as well. Oh, but you do get quite a lot of bourbon. Yeah, alcoholic phenols. Oh, freshly painted varnish. Oh, definitely a load of oak. Garibaldi biscuits. This one's Terry K. Yeah, a hint of marzipan maybe. But very woody, like freshly cut wood. More and more, you sniff it, get a lot of the sweetness from the bourbon, but not too much of the alcohol anymore. Definitely reminds me of spirit, bourbon, whiskey, maybe sherry. Oh yeah, oaky, alcoholic, malty. Anyway, I can't wait to try this. Firestone 15, let's dive in. Cheers. Oh. Oh, that comes on at the end. It's really different for me. It's not the kind of style I often go for. It's definitely on those, I'd say, English barley wine side of things. Once again, you're getting a kind of like definitely a lot of sweet toffee. Vanilla, loads of bourbon. You get that, definitely loads of oak. You get that oaky, bourbony, boozy character that you'll get in a lovely whiskey. Recently, I tried some Sierra Nevada Bigfoot that's been aged in a I can't remember the distillery, but it's a quite a modern American distillery. Matt from North Bar has put some in quite a wet barrel, so it's still bringing out a load of that oak and definitely loads of the bourbon, and you definitely get a similar kind of experience from this. This is a lot softer, smoother, very oaky, lots of bourbon, but all of the nicer, softer kind of caramel, vanilla kind of notes you'd expect. You can look back to beers like Shepherd Neame's 1698, whatever it's called, Kentish Strong Ales, Vintage Ale from Fuller's, JW Lee's. You can see the touchstones that has got some kind of relationship to this beer. It is definitely on the English kind of side of things. Obviously it's been barrel aged, those hops are pretty non-existent. It's all about barrel character, bourbon and malt. It's lovely, it's really different. It's not the kind of beer that I'm going to drink every day. I'm really excited that I've had the chance to try this. I know there'll be some people visiting later on who are going to love this beer for those kind of like bourbon qualities and the oakiness. If you like whiskey, if you like bourbon, you'll love this beer. If you like beer, what's wrong with you? You should love it. It's something different and it's going to challenge you a little bit. I like it. So, that's a bottle of Firestone Walker's 15th anniversary ale. 12.5% ABV, a blended barrel aged beer. Firestone Walker, very much influenced by they're one of the few breweries in that area, very influenced by the vintners around that, so the wine the wine producers around that area, or the vineyards and the blending. I think they do a lot of work with them to understand the kind of process of blending various things together to achieve certain qualities. It's very interesting. If you get the opportunity to try it, I'd love to try some more. I've heard 14 is incredible. I've heard 16 is really good as well. They're a bit more on the stouty side, but this is definitely so unique. I'm going to really enjoy sharing this around. It's going to surprise people. It's going to kind of delight some people. It's going to kind of terrify some. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. See you next time. Cheers.